is the second section after you have sent a message to your email that you are eligible for this Chevening Scholarship 2028. Now we click on this application portal to submit our application. So it brings us to this place, which here, as you can see, what they are showing us here now, make a note of your access code. Take a photo of your code or write it down in a secure place. You will need this code every time you access your application, and you will not be able to complete your application without it. You will not be shown this access code again. You will not receive this code by email. If your code is lost, you may have to restart your application. This is the access code. Why I read all the text is most of us don't like to read, and maybe you've seen it, you just copy access code on the clipboard and you continue. Maybe you not remember to paste it somewhere so that you not lost it. Unfortunately, you lost the access code and you have to restart and start over again. So with this, you have to copy it down, screenshot it, and copy the access code. Then we can now continue. So now you're going to paste the access code here, you submit. So now this is it. You can now continue with your application. Now, next step, when you select a continue application button below, you will be asked to confirm your identity by providing your 8-character access code. This will enable you to access the application. You continue the application. It's loading. So now you are going to do what? Access this access code. Now enter the fourth, fifth, and seventh. You understand? Enter the fourth, fifth, and seventh. And I screenshotted it. So the fourth, fifth, and seventh is what? So I go to my screenshot. The fourth is B, fifth, and seventh, BNM. So we come here, BNM, right? I'm still going to check. So I don't want to make any mistake. And then this the seventh is M. So continue application. So don't forget to write it down. Now this is how the application looks like. Deadline for submitting this application is 11 UTC on 6 October. Now application for Chevening Scholarship 2027-2028. Sorry, your application has not been submitted. Application tax. As you can see, you have until this date to submit the application. Once submitted, you will no longer be able to make any amendments. That is why I said you should read on the previous video, you should read the guideline, what you need to do, what the document you need to submit before heading to this particular section. Now, personal details is about yourself, citizen and travel document. Now, citizen, your home country, your citizenship is Nigeria, your traveling document, which is your international passport. Very, very important. High education history, your school story. Now, work history, your work experience, program of study, the discipline you're studying in school, your referees, supporting statements. I told you, personal statement, equal opportunities. Then you now submit application. Now we are going to check, look at it one after the other on this particular video. So you click on personal detail. Now it's going to load up. So I'm going to apply it randomly. As you can see, you have to apply all this. You have to apply all this stuff so that it's okay. So this option you can add. I I do not have last family name. I do not have a last family name. I have. This is it. Preferred name for gender, a man. If you're a woman, you say woman. If anything, prefer is he. So date of birth, we say okay, January. Let's say 15 January. Let's say 2000. Let's say 2000. Then confirm date of birth. Date of birth. Confirm date of birth. We say okay. We are going to confirm it. 2000. So your current address. I think this. Okay. Enter your states. Okay. My state is Abuja. Right. Do you require specific arrangement in order to attend an in-person interview? No. Save and complete. Save progress. No, save progress is as if okay, you save it and maybe you come back later. We have save. Okay, okay. There's a problem. You must complete all questions based on this. Okay, save and progress. So this save and progress simply means we are going to be doing them one by one. So understand this in progress. So now this citizenship document, for the sake of this application, I'm not really on a real time applying for this scholarship. Citizenship and travel documents. So you need to read all this to understand actually what you're going to do. Do you hold a valid passport for your country of application? Yes. Application number is random, as you can see. Do you hold dual? No. Dual means do you hold two country passport? Do you hold a refugee status? No. Refugee is like you are in a country that is not actually your home country or citizenship country, but you are a kind of refugee. The government is taking care of you. Do you hold any other form of legal residency? Yes, like NIN, this thing. But I would say no. Do you have a valid UK visa? No, for now. But if you have, you can say yes. Have you ever been refused a visa? No. Have you been deported? No. Do you have a criminal convict? No. Have you ever been arrested of charge of offense? No. Save and progress. Now we are done with two higher education. So on this, as you can see, you read this upper second class. This is what they did not lower second class. Now you can have you added any higher history yet? So add your higher education history. So now you have to add your institution. My institution is not listed. Okay, you check. First of all, you insert your country, Nigeria, and the institution. Let's say University of Federal University. I think most of the university are here. University of Jos. So you now put your course. Let's say business. Sorry, business administration. Example. For example, is BSc. Date from let's say 22nd March 2018. Right. So due date you can say 25th August 2020. Let's say 4 years, 19, 20 to 2022. So your result scale is okay. Let's say the result scale should be okay. Yes. So let's say right GPA. Then let's say upper second class. So you save and close, right? Save to progress. So work history. So that is how you have to fill this form. You understand? You add work history here. So actually, let's do something here. Let's say job position. Let's say manager, employer. Let's say makers, total, LTD. Let's say sector. Let's say your sector should be when you study business admin. Let's say your sector is let's pick okay business, yes. Then full time. Let's say full time. Then full time. Then when did you start? Let's say 22nd March. Like the thing is bringing. Let's say 10th February 2020 2023. Is it your current position? Yes. How many hours per week? Let's say per week. Let's say 24. So you have to write some stuff here. So I just have to copy some stuff on my chat GPT and paste. Hold on. I just have to write some things. What will I do? Okay. There are some things. Okay, let me just copy like since it's just for the sake of these videos. So you paste. Now, why I'm doing this is please provide a brief description of the role and your responsibility. You understand? So you're going to ask ChatGPT to give you something. Because of the sake of our time, that is why I'm doing this. Please. So you just have to paste the description of your role and the responsibility. You can check on Google, you can check on ChatGPT. So now, as we have done that, you save and close, right? You save progress. Now, program of studies. Now you have to read all these things. Now choose sector. Program of studies. Okay. Now under this program of studies, you have to tell us about your proposed program of studies. Now, this is telling you where you should, the course that you want to study, the program you want to study in the school. So if you want to go for me, I will still go for this same course. First choice, add to first choice, institution. This is the university that can you can benefit from. So let me say I choose Newcastle University. Then the course, this is the first choice. Let's say I don't think this business is here, right? Add a proposed program studies. Okay, business analytics is MSc. You close, you save and close. So I think you can as well do the same thing here, do the same thing on the third choice. So you save and proceed and progress. Now on this reference, you are going to add people who your to add reference detail. These references are in the integral part of the selection progress. Please refer to the referral guidance. And so now this reference is very important. You notify whosoever you want to use their name or their detail, because some will be contacted. Let's say okay, I use this person, a manager. So I'm just picking it randomly. Manager, organization. Let's say not makers. Let's say uh, Wafa Travel. So then choose phone number. So we are going to choose Nigeria phone number, which is 2234, right? 234. Then you can put person's number. I'm just putting this thing randomly. Please don't copy any number and call, please. How do you know this reference? Now you can say employer. You get, and then you save and close, right? You can still add the second referee. So now I think this is a supporting document. So the supporting document is going to comprises okay, let's read supporting statement. Supporting statement, all answer must be written in English. Applicant must not repeat answers. Use example to support your answers. Describe a time when you demonstrate leadership. In your answer, please addresses the following: what was your context or challenge you faced? What specific action did you take as a leader? What was the outcome and what did you learn? Now, this is very important. That is why it's very important to watch this video to the very end. Now, it's as if I've given you expo, right? Now, you're going to do findings on this right now and make sure you get all these things available before you get to this particular level. If not, you're going to save and come back and complete the application. So you're going to find answer to this question and you paste them here. So I'm going to paste this for the sake of our time. I'm going to paste this for the sake of our time. Paste this for the second answer. Paste this for the third answer. Wow. Okay. You have to. Okay. So describe this. So tell us about the professional work. Tell us about the professional relationship network you have built and maintained in your workplace or in the community. In your answer, please address how was the relationship formed, and what made it important. What did you contribute to the relationship, and what did you gain? How have you sustained or developed this relationship over time? So you have to read all these things. Please read them. You can pause the video, read them. For the sake of our time, I'm not going to read, but actually you can pause the video, read them, know what you're supposed to, the answers you're supposed to get. Then you begin to paste them. So on this, we are going to save and progress, right? Save and progress. Now, this is the last option, right? I think this is the last option. Equal opportunities. Do you understand? So now, country or territory of birth, we are going to put our home country, sorry, Nigeria. We're going to put Nigeria here. Your province here. I, where is this FCT? Okay. Yes, Abuja. Then my state and region is not listed. No, it's listed. Do you consider yourself to be a disabled person according to the legal? No. Do you consider yourself to be part of any minority or disadvantaged group in your own country? No. Do you live in any of this area? The capital city of your home country? Yes. Another urban area? To another a rural area? Yes, I stayed in Abuja. So what type of school did you mainly attend between the age of 11 to 16? Independent, if a fee paying school, independent or fee paying school, no bursary, state run. So me, I went to public school, so is this one. So you might don't want to stay if it doesn't harm you. What is the highest level of qualification achieved by either of your parents or guidance by the time you were 18? I don't get masters now. So qualification below degree, no formal qualification, at least one of the degree level qualification. So I think now when you save and progress, you see that submit the application cannot submit yet. So now I don't want to submit this application because I think if I submit and complete, it will submit whatsoever data I have imputed. So I'm not going to do that. But on this video, I've shown you what you are supposed to do. You understand? So now I think you will have to read this step. Next step, once you have submitted your application and the application deadline passes, it will be shifted for eligibility. Eligible applicants will then be assessed by reading committee, and top scoring applications will be considered for interview. Interview will take place during spring and candidates will be notified via email. So withdraw application. You are able to withdraw your application if anytime. If you would like to do so, please complete the withdraw form. Now, what they are trying to say, if you want to withdraw your application, you understand, like you want to exit from this particular scholarship, you can as well do that. So this is what it takes. This is what you have to do for you to be selected for, I think, for the interview section. So if you find this video very helpful, I want you to subscribe, like this video, share this video, turn on the notification bell so whenever I drop any amazing video like this, you get notified. Thank you and God bless you.